The train headed for Sunset City will be departing soon.
Oh, I haven't? Okay. Okay. Welcome, everybody, to Sunset City, a Sonic podcast for the classic and modern age. With me today, we got Wayne. Hello, Wayne.
Hi, what is up? I am here. I am Wayne.
Yeah, you are. We also have Channel Pup, who's still alive.
Hi.
Wayne.
I'll kill him later.
Oh, wait, what'd I do?
Not a whole lot. That's fine. You're fine. Cirrus is not going to be joining us today, and Gilly will be here when he's here.
Hell yeah. Why do you sound like Sylvester Stallone today?
Well, I watched all the Rocky movies a couple months ago.
Gilly's gonna be here. I don't know.
I wonder if those turtles are still alive. I know in Creed 1 or 2, I think it was 2, they had the original turtles that he had in the very first Rocky movie from the 70s still hanging about. I thought that was really adorable.
You ain't kidding.
I've only ever seen the first Rocky.
It's a good movie. It's good
Yeah.
stuff.
I saw Toy Story 4 last night.
Yeah?
Yeah. My roommate hadn't seen it yet.
How do you like it?
He liked it, I think.
No, that's good.
He said he did,
Yeah.
yeah. He did.
It's a good movie. People are too hard on that one.
Oh, for sure. It's one of those things where it's like, you can argue about the necessity for it. Like, 3 might have been a good ending, but it's like, they can end this franchise all the fucking time. As long as the films are as good as this, I'm okay with them doing more.
Sometimes you just want to spend more time in that world with those characters, though, you know?
Yeah, it's
my
gonna
feeling-
be... Sorry, go on.
Yeah, I felt like Toy Story 3 was a good ending for the franchise, but Toy Story 4 was a good ending for the characters.
It was a good, like, epilogue, I think. Like,
Yeah.
it's one of those things where it's like... Yeah, Toy Story 3 is a great ending. It's like, okay, but if you got something else in mind, I'm game to see it. I'm just hoping that with 5, they're not going to try and do a third ending, and it's just like, shit or get off the pot, Is this an ongoing thing or not,
I think there's something to be said about toys, lasting a little bit longer than the people that actually own them. So I think it's okay to just keep their stories going.
Yeah, and as well as there was like a 9-year gap between 3 and 4 as well, so I think it's justified. Like,
I want to get the new Optimus Prime figure. We're talking about toys.
Optimus Prime figure?
Oh yeah, for the new movie coming out, they got the new Optimus Prime for Rise of the Beasts.
that doesn't sound like a Toy Story film, mate. I don't think we're allowed to talk about that today.
It's a toy though.
Is it a toy from Toy Story?
No.
Well, there you
If
go.
Toy
Shut
Story
up.
was more honest, there'd be more Ninja Turtles and Transformers. So, if it wanted to be a better movie, that's how you keep that franchise going. Just bring in the Ninja Turtles.
Toy Story, but if it was good.
I'm not hearing any of this, guys. I'm not hearing any of this. We also finished the Cars marathon, but our friend who hadn't seen the Cars movie fell asleep halfway into the third one, and it wasn't because it's boring or anything, it was because he'd had a long day working on the site, so, like, yeah.
Oh, right, yes, of course, that's the reason.
It is the reason. Cars 3's good.
I actually have heard that one is pretty decent.
The only one that's not great is 2, but I think, like, that's only by Pixar standards. By most other... If this was an Illumination film, it would probably be their best film. Like...
I remember watching Cars 2 and just not... I wasn't, like, upset with the movie at any point, but I did think it was just, like, kind of meh. It was just very nothing.
It makes the cardinal mistake of focusing too much on the comic relief side character. And then it's also like, every time they had like Finn McMissile and the secret agent angle, we were all just like, what the fuck is this? Like...
Yeah, it's like, why? Why would you do this?
It's so weird though how, like, the first one is a movie that deals with, like, fame and, like, going to small neighborhoods and finding the benefit in local business. The second one is about spies, and it took them 3 movies to finally make one about racing.
I think it's because nobody really expected the Cars toys to be as successful as they are. I mean, we still get Pixar toys every now and then, but you go into any toy store and you're still, to this day, going to see an entire section dedicated to Cars toys.
I mean, yeah, you can churn that stuff out, just a change of paint job, and you pretty much got a new product.
I will say the the first game, the first movie wasn't so much about like racing, but I do think it was like about what it was like working as a racer and like being in that industry and what happens like um just kind of the people in it, less about the events and more about just
The surrounding
actual,
stuff, like the
yeah,
behind the scenes, the studio politics and stuff like that.
the
Whereas,
people behind the celebrity. And as far as I can tell,
right.
the third one is about like, hey, what happens when you're like forced to move on.
Yeah, it's kind of like, how entertainment industries and stuff will often force people to retire, and like that feeling of kind of existential dread that kind of comes with that when you want to keep on going. Kind of reminds me of the movie Babylon in a way, but this came before that. So in a way, yeah, Cars 3 was basically Babylon before Babylon. So put that one in your... Go on.
It was also a movie with a car that had a tramp stamp for some reason.
Yeah, no, the whole time we were watching, we were talking about how fucking sexy some of those cars were.
I didn't understand like that there were some jokes in there where I was just like, oh Jesus guys, it's okay.
Oh yeah, no, for like a kids movie, the first Cars goes hard on like the sex humor.
The teenage girls like flashing Lightning McQueen at the beginning. That
Yeah,
happens.
but like,
That's
dude,
the thing.
like Flo the car, I would stick it in her muffler any day of the week. Like,
I don't know. I don't remember who Flo is. It's
oh,
been
she's
so goddamn long since I've thought about this franchise.
she's the one with lips. But yeah,
That
that's
does not what.
that's the Cars movies for you.
I need to look. I need to look. Hey, I don't know who the
FLO, Flo from Cars.
FLO
Yeah.
from Cars.
Yeah, she could get it.
Oh, I remember her. Okay.
Yeah. Hot, right?
It's a car.
She's kind of a hot rod, like.
All right.
I'd give her my hot rod if you know what I'm saying.
Do you find her wholesome?
Yeah, you can say that. Yeah. All right. Well, we're here to talk
Sonic.
today.
Oh, right.
All
God
right.
damn.
We were on the same
Sonic
page
podcast.
there.
So, which means we're going to talk about Spider-Man 2. Anyway, so Spider-Man
Dude,
2.
Spider-Man 2 is a great movie. I love that
something-
film.
Something we should probably help promote up front here, because I need to get on top of actually getting our show on Spotify and everything else. And very sorry you're dealing with such a inept dude with that, everybody here. But just so everybody knows, if you're listening to this after the fact, if you ever want to join us live, we do this every Friday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific time, 12 p.m. Eastern, or 5 p.m. over in Pup's neck of the woods here.
UK.
And to all the folks watching us live and giving us super chats, thank you so much. We will be reading those at the end of the show, as we always do. But yeah, that's the Cars talk for the day. There is actually some Sonic news to discuss. Not a great deal, but there is still some really interesting stuff that I did want to pick apart here. First off, there's Crocs, and they didn't design it around Vector.
So I was saying to Wayne.
Oh yeah. God damn it.
I was saying to Wayne that these Crocs are making me reevaluate my relationship with Sonic the Hedgehog. And the reason being is, like, all power to anyone that wears Crocs, but I've never once thought to myself, yeah, I'd like a pair of Crocs. And I just saw the Sonic ones, I was like, I think I'd like to have that. But I was like, no. Okay? You only want this because it's got Sonic in there. It's because you just like fucking throwing money at this guy. And it's made me reevaluate some things. Maybe I'm just a bit ridiculous. Maybe I'm just a silly guy.
Yeah, that's a problem with the franchise nonsense. You'd get to a point where you just end up being trained to buy anything with the branding on it.
It's just,
So
if he's
you don't-
there,
you
it's
don't
got
have
an
to.
aesthetic, He's just nice to look at, and it's like, I've got the best Crocs in the neighborhood, Like,
Well, that was me with like the Legend of Zelda. I ended up passing on like the collector's edition for Tears of the Kingdom, mostly because I'm just like, there's too much Zelda stuff. I will never have all of it. I can't keep collecting this stuff.
Yeah, I ended up buying it just because, like, I mean, like, Nintendo trained me well enough to be like, oh yeah, Nintendo collector's editions are super hard to come by. Can't miss out on this one like I did the first one, even though, like, I'm looking at this giant box in my house now, and I'm like, yeah, this doesn't have a Master Sword replica, though. It doesn't have that cool statue
Yeah.
like the first
Well,
one
so-
has.
I've got the collector's edition for the first one, not the one with the statue. That was like the master edition.
Mhm.
But I do have the collector's edition with like the Sheikah Slate carrying case, the little collectible coin. It's got some neat little gubbins in there, and I do like it. I think that the Tears of the Kingdom collector's edition is kind of lame, and I didn't really.
Wasn't that the knife and fork one? Sorry, the fork and spoon.
No,
that's
those were a
Japan.
pre-order bonus.
Those are extra
Yeah.
things.
I was gonna say though, like, given that they've clearly got a collaboration going on with Crocs, that next DLC for Frontiers better have Sonic and Crocs as like one of the cosmetics.
Oh my god, you know what? I would unironically love that.
That
That'd
would
be
slap.
hilarious.
Like, I would go ham on photo mode with that.
That'd be great. I want that.
Fuck's sake.
They should do more just stupid stuff like that. Like, give me one where he's got a cowboy hat, you know?
Yeah. I don't know, man. I'd be worried that you'd actually want to actually buy the Crocs if they suddenly became in-game items. I'm worried I would too.
Yeah, I'm worried about full stop. I see a Sonic, I want to buy it, and it's just like, no, calm down.
Yo,
You've
yo,
actually
can
did,
we
you
put a
did-
poll
you
up in the chat. Who's gonna be the first person on this podcast to buy those stupid Crocs?
Who will be the first to buy the Crocs? I feel like Surus is the kind of guy that wears Crocs anyway, so I feel like they're
He
just
will
up his
feel
street.
no shame about it either.
He
That
wouldn't.
man
He
will
would
just live his
proudly
life.
just strut around wearing the Crocs. Like,
Yeah.
this is the kind of guy. He'd
these
basically...
airport parking lots with anime music on
Yeah,
full blast.
this
Yeah.
guy would unironically get fucking hentai printed on his socks and wear it out in public.
I don't know about that.
Oh, he would. Give him half a
Oh,
chance. He would. He
Okay.
would.
That's just a level of pride to him, I guess. Good
That's
for
where
him.
he's at. That's
Good for
where good for
Happy
him.
Pride Month.
He'll get arrested one of these days, but good for him. You know? Fight the power.
My goodness, we're getting a lot of generous people up front of the super chats. Thank you
Oh,
guys so much.
Good
Holy
morning,
cow.
everybody.
But could you
Yeah.
be more generous?
Sorry if
Yeah,
I sound a little low energy. I'm slowly getting more upbeat as this goes on.
Wait, this is the low energy version of you?
Yeah.
Damn.
All right, well, that's all the Croc talk I really have in me. To be honest
Croc
with you.
talk.
Well, they got the
There-
little buttons. They got the little buttons. I think you can buy separately. So
And
if
they
you
are
already
red,
have
which is my
Crocs-
favorite color.
Yeah.
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 No, I'm good. The other bit of Sonic merch I've been seeing floating around Twitter quite a bit. First Four Figures has just released their pre-orders for the Sonic Adventure statue.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've had other First Four Figure Sonic stuff before, but I want to say this is the first time in a long time we've seen something that isn't just the generic basic models of classic or modern Sonic. Like, this is just straight up like based on the original artwork of the cover of
You
Sonic
know-
Adventure, and it looks really cool.
It
Looks
gets
really,
me
really cool.
thinking. In
The
order
one
to...
with Sorry.
No, that's fine. You go.
The one with the light ring around it looks the best. I think that one's like 220, something like that.
Yeah,
It
I don't know
makes
if I buy any of them. I can live without the light ring.
it makes me wonder though.
I
Like,
think I think it just fills it out a little bit more. It just kind of like it fills out the room, as it were.
it really ties the room together.
Yeah, that's
It makes
the one, that's
me
what
wonder though. Like, First for Figures, they usually start off as like a 3D render, right? And then that gets made or produced or whatever.
That's how
That-
most of them are made. Yeah.
That means they have a 3D model of that Sonic design. That makes me
Yeah.
wonder, can we get that? Can we get that in a game?
Oh, that'd be nice. That'd be really,
well,
really
to
nice.
be fair, also just like making a model for something that's going to be posed in a specific way isn't always going to be applicable to a bunch of different poses and stuff
Sure.
like that.
It's just
And you
the
look
question
at-
is that how they
you
did
know, I don't think it's out of the realm of reason for Sega to hire some folks to make that animated. I
Sega,
don't think
hire
that's
this man.
impossible.
I mean-
don't think it's
Yeah.
hard.
There's that Frontiers mod that literally did not only that, but gave it the cel-shaded effect to make it kind of look just like the Adventure era artwork, and it looked, that gave me the vapors. That was mercy, oh lord.
No, it's really pretty. It is nice though. Like, this is like the most loyal Uekawa like Sonic Adventure bit of merch I think I've ever seen, like in a 3D model. Like, I'm even including the original Sonic Adventure toys, which kind of just look like trash.
I do want that Gamma though.
I'm sure Jack Pacific will make one.
The Adventure like Gamma toy.
Oh, the original, yeah.
He's just stupid expensive.
No, he is, but like they definitely didn't mess around with that model. Hopefully, eventually, Jax will get around to it. They've been getting a little bit more obscure.
I will say as much as I want it, especially like Sonic Adventure 1 still being my favorite Sonic game, I really want that statue. But I'm already planning on getting they have the Skies of Arcadia Ica, and I'm just like, that one's already over $400. I can't justify spending like $600 on these statues that are just gonna sit there.
I'd love to get one, but I got rent these days, you know. Like,
yeah,
no more frivolous purchasing for me. Whew. But yeah, I think it's a very pretty statue. It's probably the most I have been like, oh yeah, I'd kind of like to have one of those over one of these First for Figures ones before.
these do be pretty good. It's
Do
pretty
be pretty
nice.
cool.
I like it.
Yeah, yeah. Is Nikolai still here? Nikolai? Nikolaisen?
Oh god, what happened to Nick? Computer completely froze. So Nick died. He'll be back.
That man needs a refund on that computer or some serious medical attention for it, because
that's a newer computer, isn't it?
not only that, it's a very expensive computer.
Yeah. Oh, what the heck happened?
The big boy brand and everything. Like, the fancy schmancy one.
Oh. So anyway, Crocs.
So now we have to talk to each other.
Do you have any like just statues, memorabilia, pup? Is that sort of thing you've gotten to collect in the past?
Not so much statues. More of an action figure kind of guy.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I've got a lot of like the Jax Pacific Sonic stuff. While I was out in the States over with Nick, I picked up a couple of Across the Spider-Verse figures. I think I've got a Spider-Man 3 statue somewhere. Like the black suit Spider-Man, but it's like a bust. But like, yeah, no, I've got lots of little display piece thingies to just stick up around the room. The absolute pride of the bunch would either be the Thunder Toys Tobey Maguire Spider-Man that I got, which is like sort of a third-party Hot Toys kind of clone, but like the figure is like the exact same sort of quality. Or the replica Raimi Spider-Man mask that I got fairly recently. So yeah, either or one of those two will be like the centerpiece of like my little display. But that's gonna have to wait until I move into my new place, but it's not gonna be long.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you, man.
I'm excited too, but I'm always just like, oh jeez, oh, gotta afford rent. But fortunately, this past month has been very good for me on YouTube, so that's good stuff.
Did you guys at all realize I was gone?
Yeah, we did.
Oh yeah. I
Okay.
saw your message on the thing, and we we said you died, and also your computer needs medical attention.
Because you went super robotic-y, and I thought it was you for a second, then I couldn't move my mouse. So I was like, oh no.
Oh.
Yeah, nah. Yeah, the computer of yours either needs medical attention or a refund, because that's an expensive computer you've got.
Yeah, it's also a couple of years old at this point, so
Yeah,
it's whatever.
Even so.
Still makes videos. It's fine.
Slowly.
It's fine. I mean, let's be real, I make them slowly.
Yeah, but you've shown me your export time sometimes. I've been like, what? You know, like...
Yeah, I need to sit down with you at some point and figure out like
We'll
why
try and get to the bottom of it. It's like when Suris fixed Wallace's computer and gave it a whole new lease of life, or did he? Did it work?
It's been working much better. Streaming has been smoother on the few times I've actually gotten to do it. It still doesn't work for some reason with the Sunset City assets all that well. It crashes when I try to use those, and I'm not entirely sure why.
Could just be because it's such a intensive little setup that only my laptop can handle it, where your desktop's just oof. You know?
Man, I'm not sure. There might be something in the optimization there. I'm not.
No, do not criticize my optimization. How dare you?
No,
How dare
that's
you?
not what I mean.
How dare? I'll kill
hold
you. I'll kill you dead.
Western Dev has been here.
Oh man. So you guys done talking about the statue?
Yeah, we're done talking about the statue.
All right. Well, I think that's it in terms of Sonic merch I can think of.
I know
there
we
is
got...
another thing we can talk about, but did you want to talk about the Sonic Symphony stuff?
Oh god, boy, do I want to talk about the Sonic Symphony stuff. Holy hot damn, holy hot tamales. Ah!
Like one other, like, I can wait till later. Never mind.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm sad. So they announced that the Sonic Symphony would be coming to Barbican in the UK, and I was just like, oh hell yeah, that's only a few train stops away from me. I could go to that. You know, I'd kind of resigned myself to the idea that I was definitely going to this thing. Because I've bought tickets for shows before, I bought tickets for concerts before, the Batman in concert, you know, managed to nab those really easily, like, you know, but this here was a whole ass fiasco. So, the way this worked was, okay, before the tickets went on any kind of pre-sale, it said ticket price £25 to like £100, basically, was the overall price margin. Now, for starters, that was a bow-faced lie. The minimum price was about 40. Okay, so that was just a complete fucking lie. Then, okay, pre-sale opens up on 24th of May. And the way you could get that would be if you were like a member of the Barbican. So that's like an extra £60 for like a month's membership, so you could just buy your tickets then, basically. But then they have another pre-sale, which is for the fans of the newsletter, for people who signed up to the Sonic Symphony newsletter. And, for starters, they sent the emails out way late for most people. So, there was already a disparity. There was already some people had an advantage, some people didn't have an advantage. I got mine like 35 minutes late. The code to get to that pre-sale that you need the newsletter to get was Sonic. Okay? Like, that's like having your password set to password. Alright? Really bad.
That's really bad.
So anyways, eventually someone on Twitter has to tell me the password is Sonic. It's like, okay, I do Sonic. Almost all of the seats are gone. The only ones that are left are like upwards of 80 quid, and it's like, you know, given that I'm going to be paying rent and stuff soon, I can't really afford to buy 2 80 quid tickets, basically. So it's like, okay. So that's probably not going to happen. But then I was like, okay. So there's another website, eventim.com, where you can basically get the tickets with a pre-sale code. And again, they start at like 40, so I figured, okay, it must be that the general sale then, maybe like the 25 ones are just saved for general sale, because usually that is how it goes. Pre-sale tickets are for better seats or something like that, and general sale gets like left out, so it's staggered, so everyone gets like a fair opportunity. Well, for starters, there were just no £25 seats. None at all. But I log in this morning thinking, okay, general sale begins, what do we got? So it is 1 minute past 10, I'm put in a queue, 3 in the queue, I get there, all of the seats are grey. They are completely sold out. There was no general sale. All of the tickets got snapped up in the pre-sales. And, like, I wondered, is that just, you know, how these in-demand music venue things go? But for starters, this is a Sonic thing, not Beyonce. And then, like, I'm talking to my buddy Sam, who's been to a lot of bands and gigs and stuff, you know, he knows the way this stuff works. I was like, no, that's a disaster. But he was also like, Barbican Hall is not designed for a symphony orchestra with a rock band and an EDM band, so I have no idea how that's going to play out. So yeah, maybe this is just a test run. I think the American ones might be going better, but like, from the looks of things, yeah, there's some British people in the chat, Webster's here, and yeah, they can all vouch. The UK system was an absolute shit show. A lot of us have, because of that, gone without, which sucks, because I was really, really looking forward to it. Hopefully, with how clearly successful this one's been, because so many people were willing to buy the Barbican membership to get in, hopefully that will be incentive enough to have another one. Maybe at a venue that's maybe got more seats, more equipped for something of this size. But as it is, yeah, shit show. Absolute fucking shit show. Not impressed.
I'm very sorry about that. I guess that, yeah, the tickets must have just gone on sale yesterday because everybody was kind of going nuts about getting into the show.
Well, that was the pre-sale, but again, usually pre-sale tickets are a selection of tickets, basically.
Gotcha.
In this case, they sold everything at the pre-sale, so yeah, you would not get anything on the general sale, basically. But yeah, fingers crossed, you know, this has clearly been a success. They've sold out, so it's like, maybe they'll be back.
I mean, I guess the Zelda like orchestra I definitely never got to go to that when it was making its first rounds, but it got popular enough to where they started doing more and more shows just kind of throughout the years, and there was finally one uh in the city near me, and I got to go to that. So I'm sure another one will spring up. You'll be able to make it too.
Oh yeah, fingers crossed, fingers crossed. I mean, as it is, it's not like I haven't been to like a Sonic concert before, I guess. Like, we used to have this event in the UK called Summer of Sonic, and I went in 2016. It was the very last one, but I went with some friends. They had Crush 40 play. They had this little thing called Jammin' with Jun, where like just Jun Sano would go up on stage and play some of his numbers and stuff. It was great. It was a great event. But like, yeah, I just remember watching, in like the whole COVID lockdown thing, watching the Sonic Symphony. Like, this is magical, and I just thought, man, it'd be great to actually be there. But yeah, there's a lot of people that are sharing in that feeling right now. So I'm with you guys. I'm with you, Webster.
I'm very sorry for those frustrations there, man.
Sorry, I'm just a bit bummed out, aren't I?
No, I get it. Oh my god. I did, genuinely love the symphony that we got a couple of years ago. But I don't know if I'd actually want to take the time to drive down to the closest major city to me and go to one of those things. I certainly would be going by myself.
Yeah, because I know that I think they have like 2 in America at the moment, and that's like LA and NYC, neither of which are anywhere near you. In this case, it would literally have been like 10 minutes on the train for me, and I would have just been there.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you at all. Like, if it was that close to me, and like if it was in that original promise, like, under $100 range, I'd be like, yeah, why not? Absolutely.
Sure.
As it is though, like I kind of got everything I'm going to get out of the symphony that I heard on the live stream, so I'm good on that front. I would love to like buy a album or something like that. That'd be nice.
Surprisingly, they haven't done that yet.
Yeah, I thought they announced that a long time ago.
Yeah, I don't know if I would go to a Sonic one, to be honest. Mostly for the people that would be there.
Honest to God, I don't know if it's a UK thing, but whenever I went to like Summer of Sonic, the people there were always chill as hell.
I would hope that would be the case. When I remember having the same concern when I went to the Zelda one, because I was just like, I'm not sure how many of these people really know how to behave in an orchestra. It's not like a concert where you
can sing along and stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I'd like to imagine, like, if you're going to a Sonic thing, you're there for Sonic. I can't imagine any of them are there to just kind of dick around or have any stupid crying kids or shit like you'd expect from a theater,
I suppose, like, there's been a debate in the UK over here among, like, the London Broadways and stuff. There's been a bit of debate in, like, the tabloids and stuff about whether or not people should be able to sing along at musicals and, like, theater performances. And from where I'm sat, I'm just like, common sense would indicate, fuck off, no, I didn't come here to hear Deborah next to me fucking singing. I came here to watch the professionals, Not only that, it's disrespectful to the actors and stuff. So I suppose there maybe is a bit of that, but I don't...
That's fair.
I don't know about the orchestra. I don't think anyone would be singing along with that. And I don't know if maybe people would be prompted to sing along with the, I don't know if they're getting Crush 40. It just says on their rock band and EDM band. I'm guessing the EDM would be for maybe some cyberspace tracks or something.
Well, I don't even mean, like, necessarily singing along and stuff like that. I'm like, when you go to an orchestra, you shut the hell up and you listen to them perform. You're not clapping and hooping and hollering every like 5 minutes for between every track and everything. The music will quiet down. You do not make a sound. You wait for the next song to work its way in. That's how
I'm sure it would be like, as a Doctor Who fan, all right, they used to have this thing called like Doctor Who at the proms, where they would play like a collection of music and stuff. And listen, there's no one
city near you.
Oh my
you live in
God.
2 places. Hi.
Oh, hi, Gil. But like, what I was gonna say is, there is no one more socially inept than Doctor Who fans. If they can behave, Sonic fans can behave.
I want to believe that. I do. I wouldn't want to spend all that money on a ticket and then, just to find out.
Trust me. If the Doctor Who fans can get through a Doctor Who concert without groping the woman next to them, Sonic fans can behave at a symphony.
Oh, Doctor Who fan base that bad, huh?
Oh, they're that bad. Yeah. Like, I know a lot of people who I wish I didn't meet.
I think I've heard all those stories from you, to be fair.
There's a lot of stories, but like, my God.
I've seen the people you interact with on Twitter.
No, not those people. If it's anyone I'm talking
No,
about
no,
right
mean
now. I
the
don't interact
negative
with them.
Interactions that you've had on Twitter.
Oh yeah, but forget that. Forget that. I'm not talking Twitter. I'm talking about people I know personally.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a lot of people have turned out to be very unsavory characters in that community.
Unsavory is my favorite.
Sorry,
word.
non-kosher. I meant.
It's just so unsavory.
They're sweet in that case.
You hear about somebody fucking murdering someone by stabbing them in the skull, and then it's like, yeah, he was an unsavory character.
But when you think about it, unsavory surely means sweet.
Yeah,
Damn.
Oh,
he was sweet. He was a sweet man.
That murderer was a sweet man.
did you hear about that guy that disemboweled a woman?
How
Well,
sweet.
maybe
A bit
well,
harsh,
maybe it's like murder sweet.
Quite rude.
innit?
Well, anyway, Gil, how you doing?
I'm okay. I'm very tired. I'm drinking a nice, cold, refreshing cup of Gamer Sup's energy. Not hashtag.
Oh, come on. It's not
definitely
like this
sponsored.
channel here is sponsored. Right, they have to pay us now. That's
No,
how that
it's-
works.
My channel isn't partnered, pup. I'm partnered.
Well, you
Maybe-
gotta
Which is
share
cool.
it then.
Which is cool. I didn't
is
know they
very
were a
cool.
thing, and I feel like a jackass because like it was like half a year ago.
I've
they
never
reached out
heard of
to
it.
me, and I was like, "Oh, this energy drink thing. Like, hey, you want to work with us sometime? Like, what do you guys do?" Like, "Oh, here's our thing." And then I didn't know who Schlatt was at the time, but it said Schlatt's titty milk. Like, what is this? I can't advertise
Nick,
this on my channel.
I
The
bet you
first
got the
person-
email and like, I can't, I have diarrhea.
The first person that I saw that did it was Wood, and so I'm like, all right, if it's good enough for Wood, it's good enough for me.
Wait, I feel
So
stupid
they're
right
with
now.
like Papa Meat works with them. Yeah, Wood works with them, and obviously Schlatt does too. Like it's kind of awesome.
Who is Schlatt? I don't know who this is.
He's a really big YouTuber. He does reactions and stuff like that. He's also from Gilly's neck of the woods. So he's got that-
Gilly's neck of the woods. Nicely done.
He's a really charming dude with an attitude.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's a fun
Okay.
time.
No,
Really,
but honestly, I'm
gargantuan
pretty. I'm
YouTuber.
pretty. It's funny because like I posted about it.
You are
on
pretty, Gilly.
my community tab, and thank you. And somebody was like, "At least it's not Raid Shadow Legends." What they don't realize is this isn't like me. I'm shilling for money, dude. I've been trying. I hit up Nas Energy like 8 years ago. I've been trying to get an energy drink sponsor for the entirety of this channel. So
Oh man, I like Nas too. They have orange in their color scheme, so
I still want a Golden Spoon sponsorship.
Oh, dude, that
A
would
Magic
be...
Spoon, you mean?
Oh fuck, I don't even know the name of the one
Yeah,
sponsor
good,
I
you're
want
already
the
fucked up.
most.
They're already passing you up.
oh, I really want a sponsorship from the Cats in the Cradle and the Silver Spoon.
Little Boy Blue and the Man in the Moon. Dude, that's what I would do for the ad, actually. I'd be like, the cat's in the cradle with the magic spoon.
When's the video
Oh
gonna
my
be ready?
God.
I don't know when.
I've always decided, like, if I ever had to do a Manscaped ad, I would just shove my bare leg in the toilet and just start shaving it.
Dude, do it.
Well, that's actually.
Oh, man.
I'm glad that they wanted to do like a partner thing instead of just like an ad.
yeah.
Yeah. every
Actually,
time.
I've got a friend, and again, he's my roommate. He likes being bald. He loves to shave his head. I'm just thinking, if I were to get a Manscaped sponsorship,
Shave
what I'd
his- shave
probably
his balls.
Yeah, no, what I'd probably do is just POV video shoving him into a bathtub and shaving his head.
You ever seen Rebel Taxis like Manscaped ads?
Mm-mm.
They're
No.
great. They're very high energy, and I love them.
It's like a ritual, like Manscaped, is it's time to tell my mostly child audience about my grooming habits, you know?
I wish Manscaped would
About your
sponsor
what
me again
habits?
because I need another trimmer.
Yeah, I mean, the 2 times they sponsored me, I've gotten a new razor, and they both still work great. So happy to work with them. Absolutely happy to work with them.
Can you commit a murder with a Manscaped razor? Let's
No,
find out.
no, pup, because it doesn't cut you.
Yeah,
Damn!
they're waterproof and they're cut proof. You guys hit me up.
By
That
the
could
way-
be like a sketch then, like someone tries to murder someone with it, and then like the police come and arrest him.
By the way,
Hey, Manscaped, I like money.
not so.
Not so.
It's marketed as a trimmer that doesn't nick your
Nipples.
sensitive bits.
Yeah.
Not so.
Foreskin.
That only applies to when it's new. Once the razor starts to dull a little bit, like the head starts to dull, it does nick.
No.
Well, there you go. Now you know. Now you know all about Gilly's C-section in his scrotum.
Scrot section.
Scrot C-section.
Does it,
I got a dog literally yanking me by my
Nice.
sweatpants, so I gotta go let him out.
Oh, that's hot.
I'll be right back.
Once those blades start to dull, they start apologizing for your games
Shut up.
because they nick.
Stop it.
Webster, yes, beat him up's wood. That's who I was referring to.
He will never be ballin'. This video is sponsored by Manscaped. Video is not sponsored by Manscaped.
What are we talking about right now, by the way? What's the topic?
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Think the best
Spawns.
I think the best people who done the sponsors. I mean, like, yeah, Caddy's definitely done a great job with it. I'd say even better than him though has to still be Internet Historian.
Oh god, I was about to bring up Internet Historian's phenomenal with his sponsors.
Yeah.
Brutal Moose is really good when he does sponsors.
Oh yeah, because all this editing is so weird and wonderful.
Yeah.
To his ads too. It's absolutely great. But no, just I mean, like you kind of get lost in the ads for Internet Historian, and then every now and then it's like, oh right, there is indeed a thing he's trying to sell you here. But like even like I'm amazed like that he gets away with what he does, because like some of those things generally look harmful to the product he's showing. What's the one he always uses? NordVPN.
Yes.
And he's got Nordman or something, and like the dude is wearing a pointed white cap that says Nord all over it.
My favorite thing is that Cat. Did you know about Caddy's whole thing?
Yeah. Yeah.
He has it in a contract that he gives to his sponsors, that to do a sponsor deal, it needs to be done by spons.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Which is hilarious.
Are we allowed to talk about that?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay. I never know what these sort of things. Contracts scare me because I haven't had one yet. So.
No, it's not like he doesn't make them sign an NDA.
It's not an NDA or anything like that.
It's just that sponsors every sponsor, and it's So it's just funny because it's like sponsors are normally like, this is what we expect of you. You need to do this, this, and this. And he's like, well, it needs to be said by a fucking kite.
Yeah, and I probably shouldn't like put it anywhere I could you can kind of go back and point out a certain spot where I said this online or anything, but I definitely had people like it's amazing how people haven't noticed this or not, but I finally got a comment on a video a couple months ago where it was like, hey, this ad sounds almost exactly like another ad he did. I'm like, yeah. Saves me a little time. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've done stuff like that. It just it
Depends.
depends.
It depends on who you work with, right? Like, yeah.
Well, it also depends on like what the terms are, because if it's a totally different campaign and you need to follow a different guideline, then like stuff won't apply. But if it's the same like thing, I'm not fucking doing a whole different ad.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say the entire thing over and over again. Like I'm working like there's a sponsor I'm working with, and I'm working with them through the end of the year, and and every time they're gonna show up, it's gonna be one of like 3 or 4 ads that I made, because like there's only so many different ways I'm gonna say the same things.
Yeah,
I'm like, yeah, it's a good product and everything, but like I don't need to like spruce it up every.
I mean, that's
time.
how commercials are.
Yeah.
You make a commercial. You don't make a new commercial every time there's a fucking commercial break.
If any sponsors are watching this, I am willing to do that, okay? If you give me the money, I'll do it. I'm a bit of a slut that way.
Yeah, if it's a part of the contract, it's a part of what you're willing to do in terms of like what they're paying you and everything, and just depending on the rate they've given me and the consistent workflow I get from it. Like, yeah, like
I will literally eat a live puppy on camera for the money.
Especially if sponsors do that thing where like, I don't like when they do this, but when they book like multiple ads for one flat rate, then there's no way I'm making more than one ad. You're getting one ad. You're getting one ad, and I'm placing it in 3 videos.
I did get some emails from I guess a potential sponsor. I don't know. Everything about that looked weird, and the wording on some of those emails.
The Ewin thing?
No,
yeah. Trust me. It's there's been multiple people that have done it. It's another one of those gaming chair companies. They're not fake. They're just Chinese.
I believe the company exists. It's just the way that those emails were worded were concerning.
No, I know. It's one of those things where like you'll see that the phishing hook in your email because Google's like this is probably not real.
It can also, again, like
I've worked with them twice. Yeah, they're legit.
I've had like some sponsorships.
I mean, it might be too late to respond now, but
probably not. They've been hitting me up for years.
Not. They every 6 months, I get the same person reaching out to me like, "Hey, you want to work with us? Like, you guys gave me 2 chairs. I'm good."
There's this desk company that has hit me up for years, and they just hit me up again. I want to do it, but I don't have place. I don't have a place for a desk. But the desks are so sick because they're like motorized, and they're like standing desks that like move up and down. So it's a standing desk, but it's also a sitting desk.
Ewin made me very, very sad because they offered me a sponsorship and a chair, and they were like, "Okay, give me the address." I gave them the address, and like, "Oh, we can't ship to the UK." I'm like,
I remember that.
What did you think this accent was? What did you?
Europeans aren't allowed to sit.
What did
I'm
you
literally sitting in an Ewin chair right now?
Yeah, rub it in, bitch. I'm sitting on a camping cot.
That's nice. I'm sitting in a
We're grinning ear to ear, knowing you're comfortable. Brilliant.
I'm sitting in an office chair from like fucking Office Depot or something.
You know what? By the way, it is a waste of money to buy shitty Staples chairs and stuff.
Wait, Gil, what did you say the desk company was? Because I got an email from a desk person.
Let me.
I wonder if they were shipped to the UK.
I think it's like Flexi Spot or something is the name of the.
Flexi Spot. Nope, not seeing that.
So, Wayne, just in terms of this, because we probably should jump to other things soon.
I want to know about my desk.
I'm so happy to talk about chairs.
I want to know if the desk is legit.
Well, no, like I've said it in the videos. Like I don't think they're happy that I took them, I delisted them because like my channel's not about chairs. But like I even said in the video before, like
wait, what was the name of it again?
Out to me for God's sakes,
it was Flexi Spot, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I got one from Flexi Spot. I'm gonna respond. I want one.
Yeah, those do it because those desks are fucking sick.
Yeah, I would like a desk.
Go on.
But yeah, but no, like they were.
It's got a lift system.
Shut up, pup.
Dual motors.
Oh my god.
Okay, sorry. Go on.
I mean, I've told this story before, but the first time they reached out to me, they're like, yeah, okay, well, hey, like, we'd love to work with you. If you could make a video kind of like just giving your honest review on one of our chairs, we'll send one over to you. It's like fair trade. I'm about it. And like, and you know, if you get any kind of, we'll give you any kind of percentage if we sell any. I don't think we sold a single one from my links or anything like that, but they still sent me a chair. But the first time around, they're like, okay, just pick a chair. Like, okay, give me a green one. And literally all their green chairs, like, oh well, they're out of, they're all sold out right now. It's gonna take like 6 months before we have more of them. It's like, is there? So just pick another one. I was like, you don't understand. So, conversation kind of kept happening for a bit. I was like, I'm not gonna. I need a green chair. Like, I got a problem. I need a green chair. But like, well, I mean, like, you can pick one now, but like, when a green one shows up, we'll send you a green one. So I picked a pink one out for my wife, and so now she's got a pink gaming chair. And 6 months later, true to their word, they sent me a green one.
Oh my god.
The only, you know, the caveat to it was, you know, like, could you make a video for each of the chairs, like giving your review on it? And I did that, and I kept that up for a while. But again, like, that's the only problem you're probably going to run into, Wayne. Like, you probably have to have like really laid into them, as we've also talked about, like privately and on the show before. Like, hey, people aren't on my channel to click a video about a chair. Like, you have to understand that. Like, if you only give an honest,
videos are so stupid.
They're not worth. I mean, they're good for them in terms of like it's having a library there, but like,
dude. Yeah, but there's literally so much less ROI on that because nobody's watching the fucking video.
Flexi Spot have a UK outlet. There's no way I'm not getting a desk. This is gonna be perfect.
Do you want like a minute or two ad in a video that's gonna get like upwards of 100,000 views, or do you want me to waste my time and waste your time and waste your money putting out a piece of shit video about your stupid chair that's going to get fucking 4,000 views and no one's going to give a shit?
Yeah.
4,000 views is good for a video about a chair, not gonna lie.
Sure, but you still want to get more eyes on it, and like they're genuinely good chairs. They are like they weren't kidding. Like
Well,
they're a smaller company.
Hey,
And they're
you
like
ain't
they just want to get the word out.
Nick, a lot of those chairs come out of like the same effect.
I'm sure they do. But like I like my chair. So
I can't do gaming chairs.
I love this episode.
you
This
probably
is...
shouldn't. I've heard they're not great for your back.
There's a
way
way.
they're
So
designed.
the two like leading office chairs, the really like expensive ergonomic like $1,000+ chairs, the Herman Miller Aeron, which is what I have, and the Steelcase Leap, they're both like amazing. I found Candace a Leap, but they're both great chairs. And the thing is, they're super expensive. Like the Leap is like $1,000. The Aeron is like sometimes like 1,500 or something. I don't remember, but you can get, it's crazy because people will go out and they'll buy like, a crappy, Staples office chair for $100, $200. And if you look on like OfferUp and stuff and just type in, like people will list it on it, you'll get a good deal sometimes. But like if you just type in like office chair, a lot of times like there's like big offices that have these chairs that they like liquidate everything and they just list it as an office chair. And you can get, if you look hard enough for like a little while, like a couple weeks, a month, you'll find one for like a good price. Like my Aeron, I think I got for like $60.
Oh
That's
man,
not bad.
they liquefy the chairs. That's pretty hardcore.
Yeah, they're hard to sit in afterwards, but
He doesn't have a back anymore. He's been sitting in a liquid chair. For the donate so we can get Nick a new back. For the price of a cup of coffee, you can save Nick's back from being liquid out of.
the Aeron's.
Do
actually
you
that
have
chair.
his back?
Do you remember years back when there was a campaign that was launched to buy Reggie Fils-Aimé a chair? That was this chair. Like the internet raised money to buy, because they saw that like Reggie was in some video and they saw that he had a chair that's not quite up to the standards of Reggie Fils-Aimé in terms of his how much people love Reggie. So a campaign was launched to buy Reggie a chair, and they bought Reggie a fucking Herman Miller Aeron.
Hey, that's cute and all, but like of all the things to raise money for, like I think Reggie could have afforded a better chair.
Yeah, but he wasn't buying it for himself.
That's his prerogative.
Well, he accepted the Aeron.
No.
So
no.
I mean,
No.
at that point, what else are you gonna do?
No.
Well, I mean, it was Reggie. I mean, all the Nintendo fans are gonna try to.
Well, it's like
apologize for all their problems for them. So
Nick,
Yeah.
it's also like if you're somebody who like, yeah, he's loaded, but that doesn't mean that he is constantly always, buying frivolous things for himself. Like,
No, I get
so,
that.
So I'm saying like let's say that you were completely fucking loaded, right? Would you expect somebody to never give you a gift?
That's fine, man. They're not his friends. They're not his family. Those are just Nintendo fans.
I mean, the other thing I want to ask is like,
how
idea of
can his
raising
body
money.
be ready when it's sitting in a subpar chair?
I do
the
agree
idea
with
of
Nick
raising
here.
money
The-
for a multimillionaire
way
is
too hard about this.
insane. It's stupid. It is dumb.
I
It's
do agree
stupid
with
and it's
Nick.
dumb.
Also, maybe there's a reason why he stuck with the chair that he did. Maybe it's actually deeply comfortable after all.
Well,
It's
you know what?
sentimental.
I think it was fucking cute. You guys are assholes.
It might have been his
I
his
think
granny's
it's
chair or
cute.
something, you know.
I think it's unnecessary, but I think it's cute.
Yeah,
I think
you know
it-
how
I think
much
it's
unnecessary
cute, but
shit
I-
the internet spends money. The
Yeah,
internet
but
spends money
Gil!
on the dumbest bullshit. What?
Gil, they could have spent it on the starving children, you know.
Yeah, the starving children. They're not just gonna spend it on fucking bullshit.
So before we descend into complete madness, there is one more little bit of Sonic things I did want to bring up here, because I actually did see these folks in the chat, and Certified did just bring up the Sonic texture pack, which caught me off guard.
Minecraft.
So Minecraft has a new texture pack, and when I first saw it, I was
Brown
like, yeah, I'm
bricks?
recognizing some badniks there, but I was also seeing like they're actually like letting them take Sonic designs and get a little creative with them, which was not something I ever expected Sega to kind of loosen up on.
Did you
I mean,
see
they even.
Mecha?
What's up?
Did you see Mecha?
I actually was about to bring that up because Game Mode 1, the guys who put all that together, they also showed off this composite Mecha Sonic, which is a Mecha Sonic that is like every version of Mecha Sonic put together into one robot, which is awesome. And somebody tagged me on it, and at first I thought it was like a fan creation or something, like a really, really good fan creation. But I was like, no, this is directly associated with Sega. Like, this is an official, bit of Sonic Minecraft stuff. So I reached out to them, and I'm actually going to be speaking with the folks who actually designed that and put that together. And I am going to make a video about composite Mecha Sonic. I'm really excited to actually, chat with those guys about the creation. And don't have much else besides that. They just got back to me during the show. So yeah, I just saw Game Mode 1 in our chat. So thanks for hanging out with us here.
Nick.
Mecha Sonic Wither, that's a good name.
Well, he's a reskin of the Wither boss. Means he's a boss enemy, and you gotta fight him, which means we gotta play Minecraft, baby. Get your old grumpy acid and share. We're gonna play some Minecraft. I've been trying to get this happening for years.
Yeah,
Nick.
Yeah.
You're a bit old for Sonic robots. Come on, man, grow up.
Actually, you're gonna be helping me edit together. It turns out it's a 40-minute video. Sorry.
Oh hell yeah! Well, you can stick it on the tab. You know how it is.
He'll have it done.
Wait,
by the end of the
I mean, are you in the trenches?
What do you mean?
Are you in the trenches?
What does that mean?
Yes or no? Are you in the trenches?
Are you currently working on this video?
No.
Well,
I'm asking if he's in the trenches.
I don't know.
Is this a freebie or is it going on the tab?
You can put it on the tab. I can't afford to pay you right now, but I will get you back when I can.
Are you in the trenches?
I don't know what that means.
You can figure out what it means based on everything else I'm saying.
The next bring pup to America tab.
That's not going to be for a very, very long time anyways. Like,
you keep saying that. I don't know why. Is it like were they going to shoot you if you come here?
Well, no, bitch. It's because I'm renting an apartment now. I'm going to take a lot longer to save up money to go. I can't just have a month go by and then fuck off, like...
It's not going to be that hard to afford that. I will pay for the gun and the bullets.
There you go.
Done. Yeah.
No, but Pup, you're like, I can't come to America for 8 years, which is insane.
It will be 8 years to save up the money I need to go to the States.
Pop, trenches or not, put it on the tab. Like, you've done so much help for me. I need to be sure you're getting some kind of thank you for all your hard work. So yeah, it's.
I mean, you can always go behind that 7-Eleven trash can over there.
Pup, you can come here for a week or two and not 8 months. That is.
It works out better value for money if it's like 82 months.
All right, cool. I'm glad you can be here for a couple months. 9 years from now, have fun.
No, that's not what I'm saying. It costs no more to go for a couple of months than it does to go for a week. Because I'm not staying at a hotel.
That's fine.
I mean, you're going to be paying for an apartment that you're not in.
I mean, yeah, but at the end of the day, sacrifices and all.
Well, I ain't planning no trips for a little bit. Actually, I had to cancel quite a few of them recently.
My chauffeur isn't ready, all right? So therefore, I'm not ready.
We did have some good news. I do apologize, everyone. I know I've been kind of quiet for a long time. Did finally have a little bit of good news, not great news yesterday. As I've said before, I have a dog who's terminally ill, cancer. And turns out we also had our cat had cancer as well.
Dude, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, I don't know. But we did find out that the tumor is removable. The weird thing we found out, though, the blind cat that we have, it turns out he only has one kidney.
Oh.
He's so fucking weird. Like, Foible is a strange cat. Like... This little thing is not meant to be alive, but here he is, so let's just keep it that way.
Yeah, so that's part of the reason why I can't afford stuff, because even when funds start rolling back in, I did buy a little thing for myself. I finally found my real feel T-Rex, and I had some money saved up on my Target thing, so I got it for a
Wait, is that the Red Rex?
Yeah, I finally got it yesterday.
You finally got the Red Rex?
Yeah.
I feel like this is the end of a major story arc, because every time we would go to Target... Every time you'd be like, "Where's my Red Rex?" Oh,
like
now you have it, and I feel like I've just had a major story arc happen off screen.
How's it feel, Nick?
It feels great. It
This
feels
is such
real.
a
It feels real.
This is such a season 8 finale moment, you know? Like, we're on season 8 of Life. This is a finale. He's got his red rags.
But
Underwhelming season.
The point is, yeah, been down in the dumps for this or that and the other, but we had a little bit of a win. Like, we still don't know if the kidney's causing any kind of problems or anything like that. And there's literally nobody in America that runs the tests we need to figure out if that's the case or not. But as it is, we were really scared that there was going to be more than one tumor or it was going to be reaching his heart. Would be inoperable at some level or another, but it's operable. It's going to be fine. It's just, unlike our dog, he's not on insurance. So it's going to be very, very pricey for a little bit. That's why I can't afford to pay you what you deserve yet, but I put it on the tab. I'm going to get you back as soon as I can.
As I say, no big. I'm not going to send the bailiffs over. I'm aware you're in the trenches.
Thank you. I guess that just means you're broke, is what the trenches mean.
It can mean a lot of things. It can mean a lot of things. You know, it's basically just in a bad situation. You know, you're in the trenches. Like how you tried to answer the question in it last night as if it were an actual question. It's a sentence enhancer. It's not a question.
It's hilarious. I never thought of that.
If I say something and then end the sentence with "in it," I'm doing it for flavor's sake.
It was a mistake.
It looks
that's why
like
we left.
Game Mode 1 got back. The Wither Skeletons are based off Kaizoku sword from Sonic Rush Adventure. Huh.
Wait, hang on. If you're implying you left Britain,
That's cool.
you're implying that you were British and still
No,
are.
We were talking about you.
You're
like,
in
why you left
denial.
Britain.
You're in denial. You're all just fake British people anyway.
I'm Italian.
Well, whatever. You're all just North Mexican anyway.
I had spaghetti the other day.
Whatever. You're all just West European anyway.
What?
It's all one beautiful world.
North Mexican.
Yeah.
He did say that.
South Canadian, North Mexican.
Mexico's just America's penis.
That's the first time I heard that one. I've heard pants. Florida's usually the big one.
It dangles off the bottom.
Florida's the dangly
Florida's
one.
Florida's
Yeah,
the
but that's
dick.
a little one. That's more like a little poop.
Are you implying
little
that
poopy.
all men have two penises, one big one and one little one?
No, the little one's a poopy. It's like the U.S. is taking a poop, and it's Florida. It's like dangling out.
That's about what I think of Florida.
I grew up in Iowa, so we grew up just understanding like
It's about as moist there too.
The states are a man,
Jesus.
and Iowa's the face.
Well,
You know what I mean?
we have Ireland, and we just bully them for no reason.
That's great.
That's British history. Like, the British are not nice to the Irish in history.
Nick, Booch.
Good Lord. Oh, man. Oh, man. All right, gentlemen, that's about all I have in terms of Sonic news. I mean, we saw Tails in a dress today. Good for them.
We got nothing to say about the Minecraft thing, because I haven't played it. Like,
No, I think that would be a fun live stream. I think that's something that, you know what, Wayne keeps trying to get me on there. I'm going to be talking with Game Mode 1 about their Mecha Sonic. So, you know what, I should get in there and actually properly play this. I want to see these designs.
are we also
Mhm.
game for a Sunset Arcade episode where we make the entire Sunset City gang into Sims and make them live together?
Wayne,
I don't
Yeah.
like that.
let's take so long to do the fireside chat that it's no longer relevant.
I mean, at this point, it's just going to be
It's-
about Tears of the Kingdom because there's nothing to say about Breath of the Wild because now Breath of
Because
the
it's
Wild's obsolete.
antiquated.
Yeah. Breath of the Wild was a stepping stone.
The fact
Breath
you
of
guys
the
have been calling it a fireside chat sounds so intimate. I imagine you two just laying
Well,
down
that
by the
was
fire
point.
on
That
the
was the point.
bearskin rug,
We stole that. We
getting
stole that
ready
from
for a
Colin
kissy
Moriarty
kiss.
and Greg Miller. Like that's what they used to call it back in Podcast Beyond.
Yeah. I
way
mean, we
back
had
in the day.
we had another idea for like how to format something like that, which I honestly like more than doing like a fireside thing, but it's still just fireside chat just kind of rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, we could put like the sound effects from like the Yule log in the background.
I could make a setup
like
for
a-
you guys,
wanted-
but Wayne,
Sonic-
you'd complain that it's not optimized enough for you, you piece of shit.
I can't help that my computer crashes.
Yeah,
when
I
use
can't
every
help that your
asset
computer
you
crashes
send me.
either.
I
You
mean, it's just
fucking,
I
your
need
big
a glass of scotch, even though I don't drink that.
desktop
Well,
PC can't
The
fucking
idea
handle
was
it.
to have it as like a little bar somewhere in Sunset City. But we should still just have a fucking fire, a campfire in the middle of it.
I want the sound effects of like a fire in the background. Just
It's
like
nice. It's really nice. Nice idea.
We do genuinely have to find our own name for that particular show. Like, we're stealing enough in terms of the format. We can't steal the actual name.
What about
fuck
what
'em.
about sodomizing Wayne as the title
No.
Fun.
in a log cabin?
I want to say something a little controversial.
Okay.
I'm
No
loving
way.
Tears of the Kingdom. I haven't played
Ooh,
Breath of the Wild in
risque.
a while. I kind of miss how open that map was.
I
I feel like Tears of the Kingdom is more open. Plus, there's like 2 more maps.
I mean, I'm not. I'll be honest. Like, this is why I've not like declared anything specifically. I've not even filled out the entire map yet. But like, I just noticed like how useless my horse is in a lot of the spots I've been in recently. And it's just like there's just
the Tears of the Kingdom. How everybody feels about this game makes me feel like there's something wrong with me.
There is something wrong with you,
I
but
don't
it's not
see,
that.
I don't see what everyone else sees. I'm enjoying it. It is fine. It is not even close to my favorite Zelda. I wish that Zelda was something else. I would still like this if it was another IP. I don't like that it's a replacement for the Zelda formula. And it's hitting a couple more beats of Zelda than like Breath of the Wild did, but I'm not, I'm not, man, I've been a Zelda fan since I was like fucking a toddler.
Oh, Gil.
And please don't say something stupid.
No, I was about to say you're not actually. You're not allowed to talk about your Zelda opinions because someone commented on, I think, episode 100 that Gilly needs to keep his whiny Zelda opinions to himself. So yeah, because that very powerful person said so.
We're gonna do this, and we're gonna do like a little like.
No, that person's important. You have to listen to them.
Fuck them. I've been playing this series since I was a kid, since the first goddamn Zelda, and I don't see it in Tears of the Kingdom. Everybody's like, "Oh my god, it's the best Zelda game ever. You can make things." What the fuck do you mean? Who the fuck ever played Zelda? Who the fuck ever was like a huge Zelda fan? They're like, "Damn, I wish I could make a giant penis, man."
What everyone
Like,
was saying about nuts and bolts, but it gets held to a
fun-
different
like,
standard.
Is it fun to do that? Sure,
No.
but I was never
No.
in any games where you could like build things. I was never the builder. Like Mario Maker, I loved Mario Maker because I was good at platformers. I wanted to play everybody else's levels. I didn't make levels. I don't want to make shit in games. That's not how I play games, and that's fine for people who do. There's games for that. I was a Zelda fan, and now they're like, "Oh my god, Zelda's so much better because it's doing something that's totally not Zelda at all." And I'm like, "What?" I don't get it. I get that you can like the game, but I don't get how you can not miss what Zelda is. Like everybody's favorite things about this game have fucking nothing to do with anything that has ever been in the Zelda series. So, do you love it because it's a great Zelda, or do you just like building shit and it's so fun to be able to do everything else besides the main goddamn story?
So
Like-
I've been noticing this argument, like in other places too. Like I was just talking about Colin Moriarty on his show recently. Him and Chris Raygun were actually discussing this because Colin's very much on your side of things. Like he respects the game for what it is, but like this isn't what he wants out of a 3D Zelda experience. And they really did kind of break down the differences in terms of why they find it so satisfying. Because there is a lot of problem solving in both of those games. But as Colin puts it, it's just like yeah, but like. In the old games, it's just like I don't need to like spend so much time putting together a thing and then doing this thing or anything. Like it's just like you find a thing and then you can unlock more of the map.
Dude, if I'm low on hearts, I want to hit a fucking pot and get a heart. I don't want to cook a goddamn steak.
Right, that's the thing. It's just like extra steps to things. That interactivity, on the other hand, for a lot of folks is really satisfying and really fun to figure out because you do have a lot of the elements from Minecraft in terms of the survival aspect. And yeah, Nuts and Bolts is in there too. I would argue, though, that Nuts and Bolts lean way too heavily on the vehicles to the point where it's like, why even bothering with the platforming? It's just here to serve the vehicles. Zelda,
You're
at the
just a
very
bit
least,
silly.
does balance it way, way better than Nuts and Bolts ever did. Way better.
Just being a bit silly, mate.
I feel like because I read an article of somebody who attempted to just play it like they would an older 3D Zelda game without as minimal of just like building stuff as they could
That's what I've been doing.
outside of like shrines and everything like that.
Same here.
And they said that they were still having a good time with it. Personally, I've been building a lot of stuff and I've been having a ton of fun with it, but I thank God for the fucking auto build ability that you can get, because it just minimizes like the time spent on it.
Well, I
And
guess
once
my whole thing about that is that it's like I get that you're having fun building stuff and people are having fun building stuff, but like you're a Zelda fan.
Mhm.
Is that why you played Zelda? Because you wanted to build stuff?
So the building stuff is only I see it in the same way as I see like sailing the boat or riding the horse or something like that. It is an avenue to get from point A to point B. It is,
Yeah, but it's required in a lot of cases.
Well, no, it's not.
well
That's the beauty of this game.
so is sailing a boat in Wind Waker.
No, I know, but
Um,
you just get the boat and then you have the boat. And then
Yeah,
that's the
yeah,
boat.
but what I mean is that like I don't think that everything was ever going to be one-to-one. Now, part of the reason I want to have like a larger discussion show about this is because I have a lot of thoughts, and there are definitely some things I'm feeling your way about on this. I also don't want every 3D Zelda game to be like this. I want something that's more in line with the Ocarina of Time formula. I know they were saying that that feels restrictive, but I think it's important to know when it
Restriction
takes
is
a step back.
sometimes a good thing. That's why
Exactly.
so many games were good back in the day, because there were restrictions.
No, I 100% agree. And I don't think that just complete free form without like limiting yourself in any way is the way to go. And I think there are consequences to the way that Tears of the Kingdom is designed. And as much as I'm enjoying the game right now, I'm like 95 hours into this thing and I'm having a blast.
Like, dude, pixel
Am I going
art.
to do it again though?
Boys, we've
mean-
we're running quite slim on time. We might want to get onto the super chats in just a second because
All right, I thought we had
We're
like another
halfway
hour.
through the show, yeah.
yeah, but usually super chats take around about an hour.
That's because you never let them continue on, pup.
We don't have too many right now.
Yeah, I'm sure that if I wasn't here, you'd blast through the super chats.
I mean,
Yeah.
the only one way to
No.
find out.
I was saying pixel art, like a lot of people love pixel art. I love pixel art. Pixel art literally exists because of limitations.
Yeah, no, I feel no, trust me, I agree in a lot of ways, and part of my thing is that I think the open-ended nature of this, like the weapon durability, I think is a direct consequence of how large the game is, in a weird roundabout way.
I wouldn't even have a problem with the game necessarily. Like, I don't love open world, but I wouldn't have a problem with the game being open world if they just also incorporated traditional Zelda formula into it, which can be done.
Yeah, and in places, Tears of the Kingdom gets there. Like, god damn, like some of these temples are really good, and they kind of give me that.
They
that
still
old school
don't feel. They still don't feel like they're closer. They're closer than
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild, but they don't feel like dungeons complete. And also, you're missing they try to do different aesthetics for them. It's not as vast as like what we're used to. And also, dude, the music. It's a little bit more melodic than Breath of the Wild, but like we're still missing that huge element. Every dungeon used to have different music that was iconic. And like it was a theme that you would remember, and if you would hear that song, you would remember where it's from, and there's like a feeling to each dungeon.
I've actually enjoyed the music in the dungeons I've played so far.
It's more ambient. It's more on the ambient side than
Well,
it's
it
not
is
in
at
your
first, but the further you get into it, the more it ramps up, and you hear more of the melody.
well,
I was-
yeah. But I'm like 3 dungeons in, and it still feels like it's leaning towards ambient. There is
I'm
some
gonna-
melody, but
I'm going to push back a little bit because the only themes I can remember in terms of dungeons from Ocarina are like forest dungeon. Like it's just
Yeah.
ambience. Like
I
a lot
mean,
of that is
what other
ambient.
themes are there from like Ocarina of Time dungeons? Like maybe Majora's Mask, I remember, but maybe 1 or 2 from Wind Waker. But I mean, I think of the Fire Temple from Dragonverse Island and Wind Waker. Like that is just
Yeah, that's
ambience.
yeah. But
They
No,
reused that
Ocarina-
actual one too in the Wind Temple too.
It's a
reused
lot.
the
I don't know
Dragon Roost.
how to explain it, but
I know it's so fucking cool when that happens.
um, it's a lot more like, yeah, it was still in Ocarina of Time. It was still, not it wasn't like, a 2D Zelda where it's a song, but it was still leaning less to like Tears of the Kingdom really and Breath of the Wild really, really, really lean into the ambient side of things. It's not as the music is not in the forefront. Even like in Ocarina of Time, a lot of those tracks for the dungeons, they were still in the forefront.
Also, I'm
They-
sorry,
I get you.
Alex Spark, A Link to the Past is okay. It doesn't hold up all that well. The dungeons in that game suck.
Let's not get ourselves in too much trouble here, Wayne.
The boring dungeons. Dungeons are the worst part of Link to the Past. The open world like exploration is
I'm
fun.
not.
I
It's,
am not- I'm not a Link to the Past fan, so Wayne, I'm with you.
I'm not. Well, I'm not a huge fan. I'm not about to say it doesn't hold up. That is insane.
Maybe that's a little harsh, but it's. I don't know if overrated is the right word. It's not the best Zelda game. I'll say that.
Yeah, it is not.
No, it's important though. It
It's
helps
important.
establish it.
Yeah.
And like that's the good thing about Nintendo though, right? Because like that's one of the most important games of all time. And it can also be like, oh, it's not the greatest anymore. It's because it built the foundation and Nintendo's been very good about taking care of that foundation. I know like Gilly, you do have a good point there in terms of like what you missed from the series not being here. I gotta say, like, just in terms of like the game on its own terms, though, it is an incredible piece of work in terms of like the physics and what they're doing on that front.
That's fine.
Um,
I just like it's not. It doesn't feel like Zelda.
I think it captures some of the most important elements of what Zelda's like goal was, and that was letting you explore and discover and problem solve. And I think it does that in just kind of unique ways. I think it's maybe at times feels a little big for its own good, and I do think that will harm how it stands up the test of time, just like with Breath of the Wild now. I'm really interested to see how everybody feels about Breath of the Wild in like another year. Is anybody even going to still be playing that one? Why would you?
The thing that drives me crazy is that every time that I voice my fucking opinion about this shit, which like is complete, I know it's completely valid because I've played every goddamn game my entire life. Like I have a right to talk about this. So when I see some fucking idiots being like, "You're just wrong and old," I'm like, this is dumb. I can't even have this discussion because you guys are stupid.
Yeah, and I don't want to shoot down your what you're saying either. It's just not the way that I read it. And it's not quite how I feel about the way certain mechanics are handled here. It is to some degree, just maybe not to the same extent as you.
I miss like I don't know, all the items in old Zelda games seemed way more significant.
Yeah, man,
Like-
I do still want like a traditional style 3D Zelda. I really hope that there could be enough room for all three formats at this point.
I don't think they're getting rid of it. I mean, I think right now they're just kind of just doing lip service in terms of like re-releasing Skyward Sword. But like,
I'm afraid that they're gonna lean all the way into this and then just keep the Zelda formula for like 2D Zelda.
they might do that, honestly. But I mean, there's still so much love for Ocarina, Twilight Princess, and
Acidic
Wind Waker.
Studios just said, or maybe Gilly is the one in the wrong. The fact that you just said that means that you can't have this discussion with anybody because I'm not wrong. It's my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, like the sales of this game alone are going to be.
I'm objectively not wrong.
Yeah.
You can disagree with me, but I'm not wrong.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about what Gilly said.
Nobody's saying you're wrong here, man.
No. Somebody said, or maybe Gilly is the one in the wrong.
Yeah. Listen. No. Fuck that. I just.
That's what I'm talking about. It's just a stupid
Yeah.
thing because you have one side that's my side that's usually like, I get that you guys like it. That's nice. Here are the problems that I have with it. I wish it wasn't like that. The other side goes, you're just wrong. It's the best. And you're stupid. And I'm like, okay, good. I'm glad we're fucking 5 years old. Very good.
I want.
Welcome to the Sonic community.
I want to be
Adventure
able
versus
to
Boost versus Classic.
I want the franchise to be able to branch out in the ways that it has with with the open world games, but the open world games is not the new direction that I need this whole series to go into, and I think that getting rid of like the traditional 3D Zelda style would be a mistake.
I do wonder if we're gonna
it's almost
eventually-
like it worked for 30 years. That's weird.
Yeah.
To be fair, it was starting to run dry a little bit there. Skyward
I don't
Sword is
think it.
proof of
I don't
that.
think it. I don't think it ran dry. I think they just made a game that leaned way, way, way too far in one direction.
I
They
think
fucked up with one game. Nobody complained about like the games before it.
They did when they came out.
Yeah,
and
when they
it wasn't.
and guess what? Everybody bitched about Wind Waker. Everybody loved Wind Waker a few years later. People bitched about Twilight Princess. People love Twilight Princess now.
I will say, working at the store that I do, I still try to talk to customers about Wind Waker, and I still get the oh, that one looks too kiddie.
It is so many people's favorite Zelda game, and everyone hated it when it came out.
A lot of people still look at it the way that they used to in our circles.
that's a different argument when it comes to Wind Waker, though. People dismissed it just for the art style, not for the formula. I mean, a lot of people eventually did start getting really tired of all the,
Well,
sailing.
it's hilarious because then they complained about Twilight Princess for the exact opposite reason that they complained about Wind Waker.
Everybody's kind of getting back onto the they're apologizing for Skyward Sword now. I don't want to apologize for that one. I like the HD version more than I liked the original. I still think that's the closest Nintendo ever got to making a bad Zelda.
Well, gentlemen, we have been talking about Zelda for quite a bit, and I think Pup was at least on point in terms of because he has nothing to say about this stuff. He hasn't played some of these games.
Okay, Nick. Well, then maybe we shouldn't have Breath of the Wild in the background of our stream.
It is amazing how much more Zelda looks like Sonic now with the sky shit. It is incredible. But yeah, like I did before we do jump on the super chats, and obviously I don't know. I do want to beat the game. I would actually love to hear you guys talk in great detail about Breath of the Wild and Tears and everything. I would like that to be a proper podcast on its own. But like before we actually move on to super chats,
you guys want me to have a stroke?
No, I want Pup's opinion on this, and this isn't Sonic related. But while we have Gilly here and Wayne, and I do actually want to chat a little bit about the PlayStation showcase that happened the other day.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh, I gotta go.
Spider-Man.
I also do want to apologize to Alex Spark. I didn't mean to put you on the spot there, but it seems like you were joking about
Nick,
what you said. So
Nick, if we talk about the Sony presentation, you guys have fun. All I'll say is Spider-Man 2, and that's it.
Oh, that's all we have.
That's all we. Yeah, that's literally all we got.
Maybe Phantom Blade Zero. That one.
I don't give a shit about all the other games that look the same during that.
There were a lot of unique games in there, man. Like,
but there was also a lot of like
they were lost. They were lost in between the fucking shit that looked the same.
There was a lot of Space Guns 3: The Reckoning.
Yeah,
there
really was.
There was Foam Splatoon, starring the AI generated version of.
I actually wanted Gilly's opinion about that. I wanted to hear because like we were watching that stream, I was like, let's hear the
my opinion is that I saw it and I went, oh, it's Splatoon, and then that's it.
I was joking at first that I thought it was going to be the bouncer.
Yeah. Well, Square. There you go.
These fucking cowards won't make Spyro 4.
Yeah, but they'll make 10 more Crash games. Thank you, thanks.
Crash 4 was good though.
Yeah, but I'm looking forward to Crash. I'm looking forward to Crash 5. We clearly have a preference.
You mean Crash 2? Because Crash 4 was very Crash 2.
Crash 5, it's about money.
Crash 6, not even hiding it anymore. No, but seriously, just make a new Spyro game already. For fuck's sake, I'm waiting.
Spyro doesn't sell as good as Crash, and Crash didn't sell. So
I want to die. I'm gonna commit Sudoku.
I do think it's kind of crazy, like seeing so many people like just being so dismissive on these things. Like, if I get like a handful of games I want to play, I think that's a good showing in terms of me.
I did.
Like, Dragon Dogma 2 looks fucking great.
I got Spider-Man.
Yeah. I'm legitimately interested in Phantom Blade Zero. I like me a good like
yeah, that looks really cool.
That looks awesome.
Yeah, that looks really cool. I forgot about that one.
So we've got
Giant Turtle game.
We got like what 40 minutes left. So shall we get a little bit on Spider-Man 2 in?
Yeah.
All right.
It looks so good. I'm so excited.
Yeah, it looks really good. Fucking good.
I was really proud of them. Well, no, like the trailer, because was me, Pup, and Wayne on my channel, like watching it, and they did 2 fake outs. They knew what they were doing, and I loved that. Where first time we're like, oh, is this Craven? Nope. Stabs the dude. Then we move on, like, oh, is that all we're gonna see? Nope.
No, but
Then
I
we
love
move
how it
over to New
also
York.
started out with, like, yeah, obviously this random guy wasn't Craven, but it's like, maybe he is, maybe he isn't, but also at the same time, it almost just looked like any other game, basically. It's like a hunter game or something.
Yeah.
And then Craven appears like, oh! And then, yeah, it pans up to the tree, it holds there, it cuts to black for, like, 30 seconds, making you think it's over. There was also the PlayStation guys, like, and with the end of the PlayStation showcase, and it's like, oh, what? It's like, we've got one more. So it's like, yeah, they really kept us on edge.
When they said that they had one more presentation, I was like, all right.
Gotta be Spider-Man.
And then, but then as soon as it started, I was like, it's another bullshit thing I don't care about.
I feel like that was all intentional, though. That was they were so clever about it.
It was so
like,
clever.
Nobody was thinking that was a Spider-Man thing. And then or else like, maybe it's Craven or not. And then they were just like, nope, faked it out. Like, we're going full in. Like, this is Craven. We're sticking with what Craven to be. Yeah. Move over to New York, and the symbiote suit bursts out, and they're like, dude, yeah, we did some things here and there, but that's the symbiote suit.
When he jumps out of that cellar, it's like, dude, he didn't just emerge, he erupted.
Oh yeah, I loved that.
It was
like
violent. It was awesome.
But the symbiote suit. All right, look. I've always felt that Insomniac Games makes the most over fucking designed Spider-Man.
I like it, Pup, and your
designs.
opinion is wrong.
Okay, great. But like, I always thought that fucking orange and baby blue shit with the white spider on it looked stupid. I always thought the black cat suit couldn't decide whether it wanted to be a sports bra or a fucking mechanized outfit. Fucking whatever the fuck they did with Tombstone in his robotic form. And Electro's suit just doesn't look like anything.
You mean Hammerhead?
Hammerhead, yeah, that's the one. I found the Insomniac designs to be hit and miss, so I wasn't too surprised when I saw the symbiote suit. I was like, yeah, it's alright, but it's over-designed as fuck. Like, I just,
You like the Sam Raimi movies?
Yeah, those suits are gorgeous.
Those suits are fucking over-designed.
What are you fucking talking about? They're very tasteful.
I disagree. Well, depends on the suits we're talking about.
They raised the web's big deal. They don't just have random fucking sport lines all over them.
More egregious to me than...
I would not say so.
2000s and what... Yeah, for the early 2000s, that was the most comic accurate thing we had.
I mean, the only real difference... The only real difference with that was it was like, okay, the webs are raised and sparkly now. Okay, that's the big difference. Whereas,
that drove me crazy.
Whereas with the Insomniac suits, with the Insomniac suits, here's a panel line here and some white tech stuff on the hands here, and he's got some knuckle dusters.
I'm with Wayne. It reminds me of Samus.
In the case of...
It looks like an exoskeleton. He looks gross and creepy.
I would agree. It
looks like an alien.
I would agree if the entire suit had the sort of look that the shoulders do, and it had this segmented sort of beetle look to it. But what I don't like is, like, he's got a fucking scraggly-ass neck and scraggly-ass arms and scraggly legs. It's got a belt on it, and he's got fucking Crocs on his feet. Like, I don't like that shit.
It's kind of, that's part of what makes it look creepy and alien is like there are parts that have like more exposure, and they've got like the moving, like pulsating symbiote between them.
I just prefer something simpler. Like,
oh my god, I want to see.
I'm so sorry that you wanted just the same fucking symbiote costume we've always gotten.
I never said that. When did I say that? When did I say that?
I want to see Insomniac Carnage so bad.
I do too. The middle. Yeah. I'm kind of torn between it. What I don't like about the suit is it looks like it looks like cheap material. It looks like, oh, I know how a cosplayer is going to put that together. I know what material they're going to use.
Oh, so the mask looks like a helmet.
Padded stuff. That's what I don't like about it. It looks like a Power Ranger costume in the spots where the symbiote isn't moving around. That's what I don't like. It looks like cheap material. That's weird.
You already know that if somebody cosplays that, they're going to be moving around.
Yeah, and good for them. But I'm just saying, like, it just looks like weird, foamy garbage. It looks like fake muscle. Like, I don't like that part about it. The rest of it, though, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm a classic symbiote fan. I've been burnt since Spider-Man 3 because all I wanted in the world at that point was seeing a live-action symbiote suit, and they failed me hard. And I've come around on that particular suit since that time has passed. It does have its own elegance to it, and I like it.
Oh, sorry, you just want the same old thing, Nick. Yeah.
I like that this black suit looks more like bio.
symbiote
It
suit.
looks more biological as opposed to like
If it just looked like a thin layer of latex like slept over him, he would look stupid.
Yeah. I'm sure
Yeah.
we'll get that suit if you want to wear it.
It's also
Well, no,
it's rare that I will give Midnight Suns credit for anything in the design department, because Midnight Suns has some seriously fugly design work going on. But the symbiote suit in Midnight Suns looks like how I feel like the Insomniac one should look, where it still has that beetle exoskeleton-like look to it, with it sort of very tightly on the musculature, but it doesn't have the weird rigid bits, it doesn't have lines all over it, it's just, it keeps things a bit more simple, and I don't need it to be comic accurate, I don't need it to be the same thing again, I just need it to be a good design, and I don't think that what we've got here is a good design.
Yeah, I get tired of people
think
throwing
what I-
arguments into my mouth that I've never made. Latex. Nobody's asking for latex. Wasn't
I
asking
think
for
I
latex.
think what I like about this is that I just realized it now that I'm looking at it, it looks like an amphibian.
I mean, kinda in spots, yeah.
It looks like the kind of texture that it is and the kind of shininess that it has, and it kind of looks a little soft. Like it almost looks like a fucking newt or a salamander.
Let me put, I think the backrooms are put in there. There's just one picture that just draws attention to everything I don't like about it. The biggest offender is that mask. Why does it have a fucking helmet-like
The helmet is a little weird. Yeah.
thing to it? Why? Why is the neck... Why are some bits so smooth, yet some bits so Like, it's one of those things where if it was all creasy and shit, it would be fine. If it was all exoskeleton-looking and shit, that would be fine. I don't like the hodgepodge we've got here. It just feels over. One thing I will say is, yeah, I'm fucking happy that they've gone with the classic spider on the chest. And in the dark lit rooms and stuff, I think it looks quite good there too. It's one of those things where it's just, I don't think it looks bad. I just think it looks symptomatic of a problem I have with a lot of the Insomniac Spider-Man designs. Plus, I just know that the internet is going to turn on this suit, because it's guilty of everything MCU suits get accused of.
It's guilty of, and I mean, this, I'm fine with it. Like I said, like I don't just flat out hate it. I cheered for joy when it showed up, and it's got enough of what I love from the symbiote suit to just appreciate this for what it is. I get so tired of what I keep calling just video game armor. Like everything looks like it just was born out of Halo. Everything looks like Halo. Like any kind of video game armor for generic enemies for any game. You plop them in one game and you plop them in another, you're not going to tell what game they're from. And that was always been my problem with Insomniac Spider-Man designs too, was like, yeah, it's like, yeah, I mean, you look at the foot soldiers that you have to fight, like Kraven's foot soldiers, like, oh, okay, there it is. There's a generic game armor design. And it's just applied a little bit too often to this kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm in the middle about it, but if this is an Insomniac Spider-Man game, as you pointed out, Pup, during the live stream, we're probably going to get quite a wide variety of suits.
It's going to be interesting because they've got three Spider-Men in this game.
I'm just going to change to the fucking Scarlet Spidey suit, and then that's all I'm going to do.
They'll have
I'm going to change to the comic, the cell shaded suit when I get it.
They'll have three different sets of suits, which is going to be a tall order. But like, yeah, I'll probably switch Spider-Man's red suit out for the Raimi suit. Probably switch the black suit out for something a bit more classic. Or if they have the Raimi black suit, I'll take that. Miles,
it'd be crazy if they didn't, right?
I guess Miles can stay in his ordinary suit. I mean,
I fucking love Miles' suit.
I prefer the one from his first game to this new one with the red arms, but like, this still isn't bad. Like, I think Miles definitely has the better suits than Peter in the Insomniac verse.
I agree in terms of like the the new armor and stuff like that. That's kind of finding like the texturing that I like from Raimi without going too nuts in terms of the design. I do really like Miles' suit quite a bit.
We should probably quickly, just because we are running low on time, I wanted to kind of mention gameplay just a little bit. I was thinking, the Spider-Man games, it can be difficult to get a sequel right for a Spider-Man game, because I feel like once you got to the open world thing with Spider-Man 2, it kind of became like, okay, a Spider-Man game consists of, you're in New York City, you wouldn't necessarily want to change that, he's not going to be in fucking Seattle, is he? And you're going to be web-swinging, you wouldn't want to not web-swing, right? But it does mean that outside of a new story and new bosses to fight, these games can feel like the changes between them can feel very granular. I thought Miles Morales was quite smart in how it gave us a new Spider-Man to play. New York was in the winter. He's got Venom abilities and stuff. And I think Spider-Man 2, like, when I went into that preview, I was expecting kind of more of the same. Like, someone just stitched Spider-Man Miles Morales onto Spider-Man PS4. But that wasn't what we got to do. I mean, obviously, like, the symbiote suit, big game changer. Like, you've got, the symbiote abilities, and the combat looks very, very different. But also, just having web wings in there that you can glide with, and web catapult with, and stuff like that, a game changer. That will completely change the way traversal works in these games. But I was hoping for, like, I'm hoping we'll see a bit more of an in-depth web-swinging system as opposed to the very it-does-it-for-you system they have in place right now.
I think we're probably going to keep the same web system. Yeah. I can't imagine that's changing.
We probably are, but I want something where you can actually fail at it, Like, the web-swinging system in Spider-Man PS4 and Miles Morales refuses to let you suck at web-swinging. It just refuses. Swing into a wall like an idiot, it's okay. Spider-Man's going to start doing some wall stunts.
I like that.
No, I don't, because it holds your hand. It holds your fucking hand.
I don't think it holds your hand. I feel like it makes you feel powerful, and you can traverse long stretches of, like...
Well, the thing...
it's like a power trip kind of thing.
The thing I was going to say is, with Spider-Man 2, the game, there's nothing in that game you can't do that you can do in the Insomniac games. Everything you can do in those games, you can do with the web-swinging system in Spider-Man 2, the game. The difference is, with Spider-Man 2, the game, I have to actually do shit, If I swing too low to the ground, he'll just start running with his hands in the air and a web in his hands, and he looks like a fucking moron. I swing into a building, I look like a fucking moron, I like having that. I want fall damage back, because it meant that, like, oh boy, if I swing too high and then I don't swing, there's an actual stake to it,
I don't know. I don't like it. It's not a platformer.
No, but I like having an actual sense of stakes to the web swinging, and the sense of I'm in control and I need to do this right. It feels more. I guess
the reason that I feel weird about that is because that's not like a thing in because it is, for all intents and purposes, kind of like a hack and slash type of game, and there's no fall damage in those games, so it would just feel weird.
Well, that's what I like about Spider-Man. Is not just one thing. You've got elements of a platform. You've got elements of an open world survival game. You've got elements of a hack and slash. Like, I like Spider-Man 2 because the closest I get to actually feeling like I am fully in control of this character. And if I fuck up, he dies,
If I may, Pup, if I could jump in there, because some people are kind of confused here. I think what you're talking about in terms of it's just the physics that Spider-Man 2, the original, like the movie game, introduced. Because that was a game changer, and it is a technical marvel in terms of the physics of it. And I do God damn it, I think there is a nice middle ground to be made there, because like you do have to control, like, the weight of the swing and things of that nature, and it is a little bit tougher to master. But like when you do, it's a lot of fun. Like this day. It's still a great
said Pup wants to make Spider-Man.
I don't get why people are acting like this is such an outlandish suggestion when they literally did it out of the gate and it was very popular.
They should give Spider-Man stamina.
No, fuck stamina wheel. But like,
no, he's just saying, like, maybe a little bit more oomph in the physics and a little bit more control over that, instead of it all just being spectacle.
And let me spin two webs at once, like I could in Spider-Man 2 the game. I don't get why I'd want to be able to do less than I could do in a previous game.
Well, didn't they kind of share that with Miles, like, launching himself off?
They did, but yeah. Like with Spider-Man 2...
I do wonder how much of that's automated, though.
With Spider-Man 2...
we also didn't get to see much of the actual web swinging in this game. We don't know what else changed.
I don't know. I didn't have any problem with I liked it.
I mean, I like the way it's looking, and I don't dislike the way it is in Spider-Man PS4, but I'm just thinking, if we want to make the ultimate Spider-Man game, the best Spider-Man game they possibly can, shut up, one to kind of, top them all... I think a better web-swinging system is in order. I would like to be able to do all of the things I can do in Spider-Man 2, the game. Whether or not I need to do them is one thing or another. I like to just get artistic with the web-swinging. Like, for example, another thing you could do in Spider-Man 2, the game, is if you wanted to, you don't even have to let go of your web to spin another one, you know? You can just do hand over hand, you can climb your webs and stuff like that. I don't understand why I can't do that all these years later, or why I can't run down the side of a building when I can run up it. Like, I think, you know, things like that would really excite me, and I think things like seeing that he can fight on the side of a wall, just like he did in Web of Shadows, would also be exciting. I just think there's little things that I want Insomniac to pick up to make truly the best Spider-Man game they can. I'm not going to rate it any lower than I would if they don't. If it's a good game, it's a good game, and Spider-Man PS4, good game. Miles Morales, good game. But, like, you know what I'm saying here? I just think there's no reason why I shouldn't be able to do things I could do over 10 years ago.
I just kind of don't want the mechanics to feel over-designed.
I'm gonna strangle you. I'm gonna strangle that little pencil neck of yours.
Quiet this whole time just because we all getting all nitpicky about fucking costume.
Mostly I was just because I couldn't get a word in.
Oh, sorry, dude.
Wayne, you just interrupt. That's how it works.
Wayne, you're a very quiet boy. Actually, if he doesn't mind, real quick, pup. If I don't, Webster kind of summarized it very well here. Spider-Man 2, the movie game. Web swinging seemed a little more involved. I can autopilot more in the Insomniac games. I think that's kind of what you're talking about,
you can
right?
literally hold down the right trigger, and he'll spin the web, let go of the web, spin a new web, all while just holding it down. Like, I don't want that. That's too easy. It takes away the skill ceiling. Like,
I don't know if you were aware, but Spider-Man PS4 really makes you feel like Spider-Man.
Stop it, IGN.
So
I'm still gonna say, like, as weird as the rest of the game is, like the web swinging in Spider-Man 3 Wii was a lot of fun.
Another thing is, like, you could loop-de-loop with a web line in previous Spider-Man games. You can't do that in this one.
We do have to get moving on, but before we do, Wayne, you are also a big Spidey fan, and I mean, a lot of your channel had dedicated quite a bit to the games. Is there any kind of thoughts you want to kind of throw in here in terms of the physics or the gameplay before we move on to super chats?
Yeah, nothing in a super short span of time. I think we probably should keep moving along.
Wayne's like, I got a whole video.
I mean, I will make a whole video about this game. Yeah.
I've made a video about the preview, so if you want my full thoughts on it, you can check that out.
Very cool. Well, you can guys pitch your garbage at the end of the show. But yeah, let's move on to super chat.
All right. So, starting off, I'm not even in the right chat. All right, here we go. The Fallen Redditor sends €2. Hey guys, thoughts on the PlayStation Wii U?
God, I forgot that thing.
It looks so cumbersome.
Oh, you mean the PU?
Isn't that really just like? Is that even what it is? People keep calling it that. I thought it was just a thing to hold your phone in.
No,
that's a screen.
Because then how would you take apart the controllers like they did there?
I mean, it could have a retractable, thing for it, but no.
Yeah,
You have a
there's-
retractable thing.
So not only are they like releasing this thing, but they also right before that announced that they were making like Android controls for an Android phone. So yeah, obviously people are gonna get that mixed up too if they're paying attention to all these announcements. And who wants this? Who wants this?
My opinion is I tweeted that I'm gonna get it. I'm not gonna get it, but I said I'm gonna get it and I'm gonna use it about as often as I played the Wii U in gamepad mode, which was not often.
This is strictly cloud-based, isn't it?
I think so.
I think is it, or does it connect to your PS5 like in your own? I thought it was connected to your own PS5 in your own home.
Yeah, I think it's just a streaming device, like you would on your phone.
It's a streaming device, yeah.
Okay,
And
I
what's
was
the
about to
weird
say,
thing-
if it's strictly cloud, then who's going to buy it? It'll make £0.
Like we're just not there infrastructure wise in terms of cloud gaming. I know they're trying to really force that, but like internet infrastructure is not there yet.
It's cute. They
Not in this
wanted a
country
piece of
anyway.
the Switch pie. It's not happening though.
It's not even the Switch Pi. They're going after. I feel like this is more like a Steam Deck kind of a thing. It's very
dumb.
weird.
It's dumb.
Yeah,
it's dumb. It's really dumb. The whole cool thing about the Steam Deck is that it's kind of like a Switch and it's a PC you can dock. That's not what this is.
Yeah.
All right,
This is stupid.
Nick, you are up.
Sonic Fan 1661 with $5. Thank you very much. Cars is one of my top favorite media franchises of all time. I remember seeing the first one in theaters with my dad and have several Cars diecast. Yeah, I think that first movie was made for dads or even grandpas, as much as they talked about Route 66.
I believe
in
it
the old
was
days.
John Lasseter's favorite Pixar project because he was very much into cars.
I didn't care about that movie until I actually traveled Route 66, and then like going back to that movie is like, oh, this is just a love letter to that because it's like every Route 66 documentary.
Cars 1 is
It
like
really is.
white trash Black Panther in a way when you think about it.
Get her done.
Life is a highway. Burger Gilly.
Our pal Jamil. $5. Happy B Theory Memorial Day weekend, guys. Can't wait for you guys to talk more of the Spider-Man 2 game trailer.
Wait, B Theory Memorial Day? Oh, wait, is it Memorial Day out there?
It will be on Monday.
I thought it was saying we're memorializing the B Theory.
Oh God.
Dear Lord.
Wayne.
All right.
Burger.
Ah, shit.
Len.
We got Way Past Cool Kid with $4.99. Hello from the car wash. Also, I got my Sonic Symphony tickets for me and my fiance. I'm so sad Pup can't go though. Sad face. I wish I could bring you, but alas.
Rub it in. Oh, yeah. Shark Tale. Now that wasn't a good movie.
No, it wasn't.
No, it was not.
Okay, so we got Sonic Fan 1661 with $2. You just want to see his feet, Pup. Who are we talking about here, though?
That was an early one.
It was an early one, yeah. It was a commentary, but we've lost connection. Burger.
That's the problem with doing them at the end of the show, but does keep our show somewhat organized in some way. Mr. SP with $5.26. Thank you, Mr. SP. Hey guys, I can't stay long, but I wanted to wish 3/4 of you to have a great Memorial weekend. Pup, have a great weekend, and keep up the good work.
Thanks, Mr. SP.
Pup's not allowed to enjoy.
I mean, I can remember a few things, I guess, but like, yeah, it ain't for me, this one.
I'm gonna go get my dogs in.
Oh, hell yeah. Burger.
Mr. SP, $2. I can't count. Have some more money. Thank you.
Yeah. Burger Wayne.
And Mr. SP again with $10. Well, time to go do someone else's job because everyone took off today. First World Memorial Day problems, am I right?
This Memorial Day's a big deal to you guys, huh?
And sure as hell isn't to me. I don't give a shit.
Damn. Burger
It's
Pup.
it's just another day. I got to go to work.
So Sonic Fan 1661 sends $5. Good thing this one landed on me because I'm definitely not reading that. But thank you for the $5.
I'll read it.
No, shut up. Nick Burger.
Are we already
Did
at
you-
Sonic Fan 1661 down there?
Yeah, all the way down there after
Are
me
you
and
skipping?
Wayne's.
Are you skipping that one?
What one?
Yes.
Pup gets arrested for.
Oh, just read the other one.
I mean, you're the one that said it first.
That's not what I said. That's why I said you have learning difficulties.
It's a joke. It's because it sounded like.
No,
what you
shut your
Oh
mouth.
my God.
Just Nick, please.
For God's
said.
sakes.
Just pick out what you guess. Jesus.
So we look, for the sake of my co-host here, guys, like as we said before, we do appreciate all of your super chats, but if somebody's not comfortable with something, we are not going to read
I mean,
it. So
I was being as lighthearted. Like, it's just, if I read that, that's going to give so many people so much ammunition, so just no way, Jose.
That's okay. They'll just plug your voice into an AI anyway and say it.
Yeah, I'm screwed anyway.
Sonic Fan 1661 with $20. I wish you luck with your cat, Nick. I know it can be stressful when a pet is in such a position. Please give him all the pets. I definitely will. We got more good news than bad yesterday, so we are going to just take it as a win and just move forward from there.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Burger Gilly.
Mike 1911 with $4.99. I'm on the fence on getting the pricier Sonic merch. Mostly I'm focusing on getting the Archie Sonic comics in the meantime, though I have $$ for Legos.
Cash dollar. Which pricier merch are we thinking, out of curiosity?
Probably
Le-
talking
Legos-
about the
There's no way the
the
Crocs are
statue.
pricey, right?
Legos cost
the statue?
$5,000 for a set.
Yeah, they're expensive.
That is
though.
quite true, the Legos. Yeah, the Legos, did we even talk about those?
Are there any new? Oh, you did show us the one. No, we didn't. You want to
Yeah, because I was just thinking, like, I thought it was going to be like the Lego Ideas set, because I noticed they had some little clips on the end of the Green Hill Zone set, so I thought, maybe we can extend it, add like a marble zone or something to it. But it looks like we're just getting sets that are like little bits of like Green Hill world-buildy stuff with the characters. And that's okay for what it is. I mean, I say this, Lego's doing a better job at characterizing Green Hill Zone and justifying it than the fucking games are, but like... Yeah, I was kind of hoping we'd maybe... I would have accepted Chemical Plant. In Lego form, I would have accepted it.
Fair enough. Just got a new super chat. Whose turn is it?
Oh, we've
I think
got a
that
new
was mine.
super chat. I'm Nick. Oh.
Yeah, let me get it in the
Ooh.
vlog first. Okay.
Goodness gracious.
Knight Sabez with $4. I just graduated yesterday. Congratulations. I've been losing brain cells from you guys' podcast for 2 years now and couldn't be happier. Thanks for all the laughs.
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
Nate Sabez. Congratulations.
That is awesome. We've been going at this for 2 years now.
And
Go us.
101 episodes.
Just as many Dalmatians as that one movie.
And next week, there'll be as many Dalmatians as the next movie.
Oh, yeah.
Because they did a sequel.
Didn't they make both? Didn't they make 102 Dalmatians and also 101 Dalmatians 2?
Yeah, because there was an animated one, and then there was a sequel to the live-action one.
I think the live-action one was the 102, wasn't it? And then the...
Yeah.
So stupid.
Because the animated sequel was still just 101.
Which
How
feels like a missed
never
opportunity.
learned our lesson from those set of movies. Like, don't
here's
do
the
these
thing.
live-action remakes.
The anime... Oh, okay, I was going to say, if we're talking about the animated sequel, that actually wasn't terrible.
I have not seen it. The original was just
it's not worth hunting
charming.
down. But
I wasn't going to.
The thing you got to take into account, Nick, is as far as Disney's concerned, we've got to have money.
Anyone excited for the Barbie movie?
no.
My roommate is.
I don't even know what that movie is going to be about. I'm not excited for it.
It looks
Did you
pretty.
not see the trailer yesterday?
I think the big deal with this one is they got like the most unlikely artsy director on it, and so it's gonna be this really zany commentary, and it's gonna be like
On what?
I don't know exactly. I don't know much about it. My friend knows more about it than I do, but like Greta Gerwig was like such an unlikely choice to direct, so people are going to see. It's like if they announced, I don't know, that fucking Martin Scorsese was making a Teletubbies movie or something. Like, it's piqued people's curiosity, Like, I mean, I saw the trailer. I was like, okay, I can get behind this. So, like, like.
I think it looks great. I mean, the trailer starts with Barbie saying, "You ever think about dying?"
Yeah. Also, I noticed in the trailer it says like, "If you love Barbie, this movie's for you. If you hate Barbie, this movie is for you." They should have used.
I think it looks charming. I think it genuinely looks charming.
They should have used half of that marketing strategy with Thor: Love and Thunder. They should have said, "If you hate Thor, this movie is for you." Because boy, did Taika Waititi ever fucking make it obvious he hates Thor.
I think Taika Waititi. He didn't look. That movie feels like I don't know. We're just
that movie is a film that has disdain for the source material, and you can fucking tell.
I still think that entire movie happened because they thought it would be cute to incorporate Chris Hemsworth's daughter into the movie, and then they worked backwards from there.
Yeah.
Probably.
It's worth noting, like, when people mention, like, well, what about Ragnarok? To be fair, a writer makes a world of difference. Taika Waititi didn't write Ragnarok, he wrote Love and Thunder. But, like, there's this moment in there that I think just sums up the entire thing, where, like, Thor finds his hammer's been drawn all over by his daughter, and he's like, what have you done to this? He's like, it was boring before, and he was like, oh, yes, I see. Very creative. And, like, yep, that's the perfect metaphor for Taika Waititi's attitude towards Thor. Boring shit. I'll draw a bunch of squiggly faces all over it, and then everyone will laugh. Very creative.
I think that might have literally just been supposed to have been a cute moment between a father and daughter character.
I felt that was
reading a little too deep into that.
No, they made a perfect metaphor either way. Like,
yeah, Pup's just using it as a metaphor.
Oh, okay.
Fair enough.
Like whether or not that was intentional, it feels like Taika's talking to me in that scene. He's like, look how creative I am. I scribbled smiley googly faces all over Thor. Isn't it funny how he gurns at the camera every 5 seconds?
Oh, you know those fucking screaming goat memes on Facebook?
Oh, I think your arm might be in Valhalla.
Oh my God.
So fucking funny.
I forgot
I saw
about
that for
this.
my birthday, and I was sad.
Well, I
And
just,
those-
I tell you what,
I heard that that's not even how the goats sound. Like we were just watching somebody.
Oh yeah,
who-
no, that's fake.
yeah,
I appreciate,
that's in a big multi-million-dollar movie. So good job.
Guys, I think I gotta get going.
okay.
All right.
Well, we're
Is this
gonna
a pup
head
I
off in a
gotta
second
go, or
anyways.
is this an actual I gotta go?
No, like an actual I gotta go.
Oh, okay.
Are you sure?
Well, to be fair, real quick before you head on out, Gilly, you want to tell us what you've been working on? You just released a video not too long ago.
Yeah, I did. I put out the Dragon Ball video a couple weeks ago. I'm working on a South Park thing, so
I'm excited to see that. And you did just recently work with Victor McKnight too, right?
oh yeah, I'm on a cover for Find Your Flame. I did the singing and screaming on it, and then Fidel did the rap parts.
No kidding.
So go check that stuff out, guys. That all looks real cool. But yeah, thanks for hanging
Here,
out.
actually,
with us, Gilly.
actually, I can drop it in
Yeah,
the
Drop
yeah,
in the
hold on.
chat.
Let me find it real quick.
Oh, wait,
And
to
actually-
plug yourself in
Uh-oh.
the section that we plug ourselves in.
Oh, this
I
isn't
mean,
good.
this-
Oh man. Oh no. Oh Jesus Christ, no.
It's
mean
about time
what?
we do to wrap up the show anyway. A little bit shorter today. That's it's okay. That's what happens. Don't need to force conversation. Wayne, do you still want to go hang out post chat for a little bit with some of our
Okay,
patrons?
I gotta go. Bye bye.
Be fine with that.
Bye, Gil.
All right. Later, Gil. But Wayne, what are you working on?
I'm gonna be saying this for a while, but Digimon World 2. I say that I've mostly been playing Tears of the Kingdom, so I think I'm gonna do a little video about Tears of the Kingdom. Is like a short spoiler-free review, so I can justify the amount of time that I've spent on this goddamn game and not getting anything productive done. So yeah, probably that.
Tax write-off, baby.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Ain't that just the
Oh.
way it is? Yeah.
Pup, you've been pretty busy.
What of it?
you want to talk about it?
Yeah, actually, it means a lot that you offer me this space to talk about these things. So,
Oh my.
I've been working on the past month and a bit this big old complete Spider-Man retrospective going all the way from 2002 to 2021. I think that's when Spider-Man No Way Home came out. And yeah, we've only got 2 chapters left of that now, Spider-Man No Way Home, as well as the Sony spin-offs like Venom, Morbius, and Venom Let There Be Carnage. So we'll be talking about those soon. As for Across the Spider-Verse, obviously it's way too soon to do a retrospective on that, but I will be reviewing it when it comes out so you can see my initial thoughts as and when. But yeah, the retrospect has been really popular, I guess. People have been really enjoying that, so I don't know. That's an endorsement, right?
You should review
Yeah.
the Spider-Man Fortnite skins.
What am I going to say? That they look good and leave it at that?
You can talk about if you like them, if you don't like them, how
My
weird
main-
it is that like they have these 2 skins out here, but you can't get the Gwen one anymore because that was part of a battle pass. You can talk about Miguel O'Hara's tight little ass.
My main thing is, if I can't get 20 minutes out of it, I'm not going to make it. Like, that's just
That's fair.
gotta be 20
Yeah.
minutes. Gotta get those long videos. That way I can get the money. Even if they don't get a lot of views.
Well done. All right.
But I'm all about
as for me,
transparency, man.
I get that. As for me, Pup's actually going to help me get a video out the door here all about Shard the Hedgehog. I'm actually uploading all the stuff for you, so
Oh,
I'll send it over
wow.
your way soon. There,
Chart the
Pup.
Hedgehog.
In the meantime, though, I'm also going to get us a little bit more caught up on IDW Sonic with Sonic Speed Reading. So you'll be getting that stuff from me in just a couple days. But hey, if you do want to help support the channel, go watch some of the non-Sonic stuff. I'm still really proud of like my Route 66 and BioShock 2 videos from back in the day. And I just mentioned Route 66 earlier, so I just remembered that. So there you go.
I don't know who Shart the Hedgehog is, but I'm gonna assume he likes chili dogs too.
Nope, he does not. I just got
Only the most mature humor here.
All right. I'm gonna go hang out in the Patreon room. Any of our patrons hanging out with us right now? Me and Wayne will be chilling there for 20 or 30 minutes, just doing a little bit of wind down, and guys can come hang out with us and chat about whatever you want to chat about. But yeah, otherwise we'll see you guys next Friday, the same bat time, same bat channel.
Hey, nice.
We're gonna eat a bat.